Have you or a loved one been the victim lately of being in the right place online, being ready with your money to get that new release product, and then due to the system to get the product, you still don't get it? Then welcome to the world of ordering from the US Mint. I'm Kyle, welcome back to the channel, and this is kind of half rant, half survival guide for you today. So, I just want to preface this whole thing. The US Mint has got to be one of the most aggravating places I've ever ordered anything online ever. So let's just start with that. Second, you yourself are probably a veteran of the Great Ticketmaster War of trying to get live event tickets, or you've been online trying to get that new release product. Heck, you might have been like in a line physically at a GameStop or a Best Buy or something for that new release product. And then you're there, you're waving your money around, and yet you end up not getting the product you want, and it's like the biggest bummer ever. This is one of my biggest gripes with the US Mint, and if you watch my channel, you know I'm normally not like a big complainer about things in general. So I'd like to consider myself an easygoing guy, but boy, let me give you a little backstory. The Semiquincentennial, or 250th anniversary, revolutionary quarters, just released last week. As many of you are stoked, I was stoked about it, right? I'm super excited. I've had the notifications, blah, blah. I'll get to that in a minute. Because I will give you some tips on not ending up like yours truly. Anyhow, they release at the stupidest time. I'll get to that too in just a minute. But I was in the virtual rate. First, I was, for once, actually available to buy the dang thing since they released at the dumbest time. I got the notification, I jumped online on my phone, and I was like, cool, I'm in the digital waiting room. Holy crap, I'll actually get these rolls of Philadelphia and Denver Semiquincentennial coins. They're super cool. They're the revolutionary reverse on them. I think they're one of the greatest releases in the last few decades. Anyway, so 5 minutes hits before it releases at noon. I get loaded into the actual order page, right? Well, I thought so. It still had the frickin' remind me later little tab on it. And then auto refreshed. I was like, cool, I'm going to get to buy it. Ready to click the card. And boom, I'm booted out. So I had to go back on my phone, click the link again, go in, and now I'm on like a 5 or 7 minute wait. By the time I'm loaded in, all the rolls are gone. That quick. 3 to like 5 minutes. Boom, gone. Every single one of them, apparently, has been bought already somehow. Poor me. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain in the other aspect, which is I did get a bag each, because that was like the limit, I think, 1 or 2 bags per household. But I got 1 each of Denver and Philadelphia 100-count bags of quarters. So, that's really cool. But one, it was a markup of like $20 more per item, which is a bunch of kind of BS. But also, it wasn't what I wanted. So maybe you've hit this too. So this video now will get kind of to what the product was a little bit. If you're like, what the heck even is that? I'll talk about that for a second. But I also am going to give you the minimal tips I can to maybe not have this happen to you. Moving forward. 1, what the heck is the product? Real quick, 10 seconds. It's the 250th anniversary release. It's a beautiful coin. It's the new quarters that are only going to be released for this year. They have the dual date on them, 1776 to 2026. Many people were excited about these, and I know of like the 100 and something thousand subscribers I have here, thousands of them have hit me up on email messages, all excited and wondering how to get them. Well, you can't now. You have to get them from the secondary market, which is the crap part about it, when you don't get these early releases. So anyway, that's the product. You'll see it in this video over next to me, so you can check it out. Anyhow, moving forward, first major gripe I'll preface before I get to the tips. Who the hell are they releasing these things for? The US Mint is literally, the release time is noon Eastern time on a Wednesday. Are they releasing these for like children without jobs? Are they releasing them for retirees? people that don't work. I mean, if you have a meeting, you have a kid going anywhere, you have a life, who the heck is available at noon? Well, for once I was, just because I was on like a lunch thing, but normally I'm never available and don't even try. I'm like, well, all right. And so it's even more of a bummer this time when I got booted out, had to load back in, and now I end up with a different version of the product. But anyhow, I just want to, if the noon time frame was a person, I just want to slap it. Why make it that time? Make it something that's more accessible to everyone across the frickin' globe. But anyway, that's gripe. Tip time, because you're like, get to it, dude. The tips I have, which are minimal. You can do something like people do for any other physical release that's been happening for decades. You pretty much got to get a placeholder, put some feet in there for you if you're not available. What I mean, get somebody else, enlist your dog, your 8-year-old, the neighbor, whoever, that kid that keeps knocking on your door trying to sell you stuff. Enlist him and tell him, hey, I'm not buying your junk, but what you can do is you can stand in this stupid digital waiting room for me and lock my spot for this release. The other thing really that you can do is what I do, which is if it can be subscribed for, then get the subscription. It's going to charge you, but you just kind of get it sent to you. But, and that's a whole nother thing, the tracking system with the US Mint's kind of stupid. But anyway, you skip the whole digital line. You'll get the product. But some products do not have a subscription option. So you have to get notifications on your phone like I did. But you can see how that played out even with that. Last tip suggestion. If you're able to, use a desktop, not a tablet, not a mobile device of any type. Use a desktop or a laptop, whatever, but the desktop mode of the digital waiting room, I have found works way better. It doesn't reload randomly. Sometimes mobile devices want to refresh the page, and then it just screws everything up. Or I think the US Mint system might be detecting you as like a bot or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to let my shoulders sit a little more looser now that I've got my gripe out. But my tips are avoid it altogether. No. Get in the digital waiting room by using the links in the text. I'll put a link in the description box. And of course, I guess set aside your entire Wednesday or whatever day they set at noon. Get yourself a hoagie and sit there and wait and wait and wait. And make sure you jump in right at about 2 minutes beforehand. Hit that link in your text. Because another thing real quick, if you hit it too early, you might have what happened to me happen to you. Anyway, thank you for listening to my gripe, my rant, and mini survival guide of navigating the war that is ordering from the US Mint. I hope this didn't deter you from getting into the hobby. You can always get these things from secondary markets for a little bit of a markup and still make a good profit on them down the road. Because that's the thing with these 250th anniversary releases. I think they're going to create a wonderful secondary market very, very quickly. So I'm not going to complain at the end. I ended up with 200 quarters to go through, which I'll share with you guys, and we'll see if we can find any errors, any cool things going on since they kind of pump these things out. I'm hoping we find a really good variety quarter that's worth good money. Anyway, let me know if you had any luck getting those rolls from this release. If you're on the list for any future releases coming up this year, I love to hear about what you guys are getting into. Drop images of what you found lately into the community tab here on YouTube or into the comments across any of my social media. I can't wait to hear about that too. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, but until next time, happy treasure hunting.